Another great show brought to you by the Law of Attraction Radio Network. The Think, Believe, and Manifest Show with author and dream coach Constance Arnold. Join us as we bring you life-changing information that will empower your life. And here's Constance.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Law of Attraction Radio Network. And I am Constance Arnold, your most gracious host, broadcasting live today with just a little touch of Southern flavor from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. I would just like to take this opportunity to welcome all of my listeners from all over the world, 121 countries, in fact. And I am so excited that you joined me again today because I know that the Spirit of God has attracted you here. And I know that it's really no accident that you are listening today. And I know that you will find the answers that are specifically tailored for your own life. Okay, so how many of you desire to have more money in your life? Let me see your hands. How many of you would love to learn how to create more money fast and now? Well, I want you to stay tuned because my very special guest, Miss Carole Dore, will be sharing about Emergency Handbook for Getting Money Fast. Are you ready? I am so excited about this interview tonight. My very special guest is Miss Carole Dore. She is an international speaker. She's a popular talk show host and the author of the highly sought after book, The Emergency Handbook for Getting Money Fast. In 1986, Carole founded Power Vision Dynamics, and we're going to hear more about that later. And she is now widely recognized as one of the leading authorities on the law of attraction and visualization, and is the founder of Power Vision Dynamics. And you know, I really like Carole, and we've spoken, I guess, about 6 or 7 times. And, you know, as soon as I contacted her, one of my coaching clients in London told me, he said, Constance, you have got to get in touch with this lady. She has real insight and clarity about money and manifestation. And I contacted her. She was so gracious. And I tell you, she sent me the emergency handbook CDs, and I listened to them in one day. That's just how powerful that information is. And I'm so grateful to God that she is with us tonight. Carole, welcome to the Law of Attraction Radio Network.
Thank you so much, Constance. It's so wonderful to be with you, and hi, everyone.
And so you're calling from what great city?
I am in Newport Beach, California, in Southern California.
Oh, I love California. Carole, you guys have such great weather out there.
Oh, we do. It's beautiful today. It really is.
Well, I want to go ahead and get started. You have such an interesting story. Share with our listeners just a little bit about who you are and your awesome, fabulous story.
Oh, well, I began Power Vision, which is an accelerated form of visualization, and I certainly do teach about money, and I teach about every aspect of the creative process for all areas, but certainly target the money in the book as well as the audiobook. What I did was in 1986 had come from a very tumultuous situation that became a turning point in my life, and it really pushed me into getting my power. And this was actually in 1985 that this all occurred. And at the end of a very difficult time in my life when I was married, a great marriage with 4 children, and had a wonderful lifestyle, didn't really want anything else. It was everything anybody would ever dreamed of. And we had a love affair. It was wonderful. But it ended up to be a disaster at the end due to several circumstances. I won't go into all of this, but at the end of this wonderful time, I ended up having to go bankrupt due to a soon-to-be ex-husband's doings. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to read the book, the audiobook for this one. But it was really catastrophic at the ending of it all. Really didn't see him for virtually 4 years at the very last part of the marriage, and ended up with me losing everything that I had. And I went bankrupt and had not a dime. I had been very ill during those last 4 years, so I really had no way to make any money. I really had nothing left. I really had nothing left. But guess what? I had my power left. That was what I had. Because during those 4 years of pretty much being bedridden, I did nothing but listen to audios and read books and started to realize that I was greater than anything going on in my life. And I started to put all of that together toward the very ending because I had to leave. It became quite dangerous. And I literally visualized myself out of the circumstances that I seemed to be in and into the most gorgeous apartment overlooking the ocean that was quite unique in Newport Beach. And it was just spectacular, and it really got my attention, I must say. And I then had to pay for this very, very expensive place that I got into with no credit, no money, no job, no nothing, seriously. And then from there, I used my power to really bring in the financial supply and to support myself. And about a year later of understanding really how to do this very powerfully is when I began putting it together for others to understand as well. So the Power Vision Dynamics teaching started to become produced in 1986.
Well, your CDs are very thorough. I love it because you really go inside first. So exactly what is Power Vision?
So Power Vision is an accelerated form of visualization, and it's applying it through the heart rather than applying it through the mind, and doing it in such a way that it puts a person into synchronicity. And whatever they focus upon always comes in greater than what it is that they wanted in the first place, and it even comes in personalized just for them. So this is a whole different way of doing it. And what I realized in what happened when I had moved into this gorgeous place is that this place was actually greater than what I had desired, and it was personalized for me. And I started to look at this and think, what did I do differently here? And I realized I had done something that was not the normal way. Normally, people are trying to program their mind. They're trying to use visualization or the law of attraction by trying to just do it over and over and trying to really create through the mind. And I had done from a different place. And, I just couldn't do things through trying to create through my mind because I had been raised in a very mental, metaphysical religion. So when I was 25, I let that go. And that's when I noticed everything working. So I somewhat went back to that and understood why that happened and how that worked. And I put that together with what I was doing for myself. And everything I did for myself, quite frankly, I kept sharing with everybody else.
Right.
Because I really feel like we're in this together. I don't really feel like we're singled out. And I think the more we do that, the more advantageous all of the circumstances in our lives become. So that I couldn't sit on either. I realized that there's really two ways to go about creating, and one can certainly work, but it's hard, it's strenuous, just trying to do it over and over and over, and it comes in, and it can get yanked right back out again. And it just does it to a point. It's really not created substantially. But when it's done through the heart, it is created substantially.
So when you use the word heart, are you saying spirit? What do you mean from the heart?
Well, okay. So recognizing that when we create something, really, you can speak your word, you can draw it out, you can envision something, whatever we're impressed with. What happens is it creates an energy formation of what it is that we're focused upon. And if it's a desire that we're really wanting to have, when we speak our word or we write it out or we draw it out, it creates the form of it. It's implanted within our heart. And we want to realize there's really basically two parts to everything. There's the inner essence and there's the outer form. Most people think there's just one part, and they try to go out to that part, or they try to attract that part to them in the third dimension. But we have to realize there's actually two parts, and you want to be at one in your heart with the inner essence of the form of your desire, and that part you energize, and it will draw the outer to you like a magnet.